Welcome to this channel. My name is Patricia Tracy, and I'm doing this video today to share about walking meditation and how there's so many ways it can help a person. It doesn't matter who you are and where you are in life. It can help you no matter where you are in life. You could be, doing great in life, and utilizing meditation could even help you do even better in life, or you're not doing so great in life in one way or another, and meditation can help you and get a reset and move forward, to talk to yourself, because so often we go on the phone, we're looking for answers on the outside of ourselves, and then we look and we look and we search and we search and we drive ourselves crazy because we still end up with the same questions, sometimes more questions than answers. And sometimes we end up on this insane loop of being, because we are the same person over and over again, because we have no way to go in and actually ask ourselves, how do you go in and ask yourself, how to move forward? And then even after you do it, how do you get that? Sometimes it's not easy to get the answer. You do the meditation and it's like, well, where's the answer? Sometimes you don't get it right away. And what I would like to point out after saying that is that habits, forming habits, healthy habits, meditation, forming a habit around meditation could perhaps help bring your subconscious up out of the water a little bit, to put it away, where we have the iceberg, right? And we have all of this unconscious under the water, and then we only have so much that we're utilizing outside of the water. And utilizing different tools, we help lift our consciousness out. And it's like pulling yourself out of yourself. People do that for fitness, peeling back layers, by working hard on your physical being and learning how respecting the physical being and learning how to respect your physical vessel is a profound way to bring yourself into just a better harmony when you're meeting any singular situation, because there's so many different people out in the world, and sometimes if we're even a micro bit out of balance, meeting the wrong person and not having processed a situation that just happened, you can meet a situation out of balance, and then you didn't give it was you don't want to miss your missed opportunities. Missed opportunities are just unfortunate, and I feel like there are so many tools, and we know about the 21-day habit building. And today what I'm going to do is utilize guided meditation. And I'm going to show you through a guided meditation video that is not mine. It's through another channel. And I can... This channel, Aaron Doty, I've been using his meditations for a long time, and what I love about his channel and what I love about his meditations is that he starts off with a conversation and how habit forming is important, right? He does these meditations, then he gives you the option to use that meditation and do it every day and form a daily habit. Well, sometimes it's like when I think about fitness, and I think about how sometimes it's hard to jump in and actually have someone, it's nice to have a facilitator, right? A facilitator that does it with us. It's like when we do aerobics and we push play and somebody else is doing it, and we're just like, what, you're doing it, I'm seeing you do it, I see how you're doing it, I'm going to do that too, because I see how this could possibly help me seeing this with you. Okay, it's that reflection. So what I do is I take one of his meditations that resonate to me, or in this, you can go to another place. There's so many places on YouTube where you can find meditations that resonate to where you are. Like if you want to clear your chakras, or not clear them, but just purify them and clean them, and just find that harmony with all of your being, maybe sticking to a 30-day habit of clearing your chakras. And what I was intending for on my channel is releasing 30-day habit forming, facilitating meditations, utilizing meditations that are already out on YouTube. They're free to anyone. All you got to do is search, click the one you want, and push play. Have a treadmill is what I for walking meditation, and this is my personal preference, is a treadmill, and anyone can decide to do what they want, but for me and how I'm presenting this, we're using a treadmill. And you can do these meditations at rest. You don't have to do them walking. They're just as easily done, 30 days, habit forming, at rest. This is an experience that I am trying to explain to others, and that you can use simple meditative beats and actually do your cardio and your workouts with, and this is just a side understanding, aside from the guided meditation. This is another a part of this concept of when you're using walking meditation, you can also use simple, you can usually just go on your normal routine of working out. Like, say if you work out on a normal basis, or you run normally, and you don't necessarily have time for a guided meditation, because sometimes we have no time during the day for anything like a guided meditation, but sometimes we have a second, we go in, we do our workouts, and that's all we have. That's our time. We go in, we work out, and that's all the time we have, folks. So what I've enjoyed is utilizing frequencies, but being consistent and discovering what frequencies are and what sounds can help you harmonize your mind in different ways, because sometimes just having a way to find inner harmony every day and just clearing your energy every day, listening to meditative music instead of and I'm not saying don't listen to music, because I think dance music while you're running and working out is great because you're following a beat, but I also think that before maybe jumping into where you're doing it to like a beat or a music of somebody's creation that is just a beautiful musician, maybe doing a meditation music first to harmonize your mind and harmonize your body, because you're harmonizing your mind with your body, right? You want to get your mind and your body to harmonize in a way where your unconscious is more conscious, because every part of your body has a little quantum piece, right? We're quantum little bits that formulate this big thing, and each one of those little bits talk to each other, and that's part of your unconscious. And you can literally get your mind so conscious that it talks to your unconscious in a way that you find reflection in ways that help you move forward in just expansive ways, and beautiful expansive ways. And for this video, I am just simply, and I'm going to do this probably regularly, speaking about walking meditation. And so many people, Joe Dispenza is a person that I know of off the top of my head, and I have his books where he speaks of walking meditation. Billy Carson, people that speak of walking meditation, it's just the way that I do it is just something that I discovered accidentally. I was on a treadmill, and I've had PTSD in the past where I struggled so long with like what do you call them, daymares, where I would get nightmares of situations that had happened to me when I was younger, and they would just present themselves, right? They were just like this thing, and it was like a loop in my mind, and I couldn't control them. But binaural beats, and there's studies on binaural beats and how they help the mind heal in different ways, because the mind is always healable. So whenever we're dealing with a mental health situation, we are not boxed into that mental health situation. We have ways to heal our minds in ways that we won't, yes, seek help where you can, but also seek ways to heal yourself, because the mind and the body can heal itself, and finding ways to do that is so important. And that's why I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on this channel about walking meditation and meditation itself, and facilitating, God willing, 30-day habit forming meditations where it's me presenting every day, doing the meditation, the same meditation at times, for 30 days. And this way, if somebody else sees me doing it, maybe it will, and doing it for me is helping me build my habits. And then, if for nothing else, the reflection to anyone else who comes upon it or across it could potentially start their own path of meditation building. And I think for every single person, every single I am that starts working on themselves, meets the outside of self with a little bit more harmony, which brings us a little closer to a possibility of harmony and unity in this world, which, if for nothing else, it's a possibility. And people throw out ideas that accumulate or, cause possibilities that aren't so great. So if this is me just sending a positive pebble into the bucket of possibilities out into the expansive ocean of I ams, and this is me, I am and I am sending this out into the world as often as I can to help anyone who needs just tools. This is a tool, and this is not something that is challenging to do. This is so easy. There's so many YouTube videos, there's so many, frequencies. Use your discernment and do it for 30 days and see how it helps or doesn't help. And if it doesn't help, then shift to another one. Or if you feel your inner self pulling you towards another meditation, do that. So without further ado, I'm going to just demonstrate now, okay? Utilizing a meditation that I do anyways. And this is just a demonstration video as to how you can do meditation walking, closed eyes, because you're going to be walking. And this is, you be safe, anyone who does this. Be mentally and physically capable to close your eyes. Close your eyes and be able to hold on in some way where, and you're going to go mindless. You're going to go at a pace that is completely mindless. You're not going to go super fast. You're not going to go super slow, but you're going to go at a pace like if you were walking outside and you were just, how when you're driving, sometimes you can go mindless driving and you're like, oh, sugar, I went the wrong way. Or I missed my turn because I went mindless, right? Because sometimes when we go, where we're going, it's meditative, right? When we're driving, it becomes meditative. So walking is meditative, right? Well, if we add the walking with a guided meditation, I've learned from personal experience that it can help you in profound ways. And the more you utilize it through habit forming, the more it can help you in your life in different ways, depending on what you're facing. If you're facing challenging people, utilizing meditations for your higher self. If you're having trouble with other people and the way that you're meeting other people, on top of it, clearing your chakras, doing that 30-day inner clearing, because maybe you got clogged up energy from things that you've experienced yourself or you've been dealing with, from maybe things from the recent past, and doing something to help clear your energy every day helps you from becoming heavy. They say that in Egypt they would weigh the heart, right, and it would be like this judgment of how heavy the soul was at death. And it was like they were discovering vibration and energy and trying to understand how to lighten the frequency of humanity, because they understood that lightheartedness keeps you from being, like, I guess, more bound to this earth in this way. Because if we're so dense in our energy, we can't see clearly. We see in this very narrow-minded space. And I feel like anyone that is in that place is not lost or gone for good. I think that anyone can come back from anything. I think that no matter where you are in life, if you think you're in the lowest place in your life, I think you could come back from it. I know from personal experience that you can come back from it. And utilizing self-respect tools, loving yourself, putting self-love in yourself, even if it's basic, and taking a shower, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, you know, putting some lotion on, put on some makeup, and make yourself presentable, and doing that every day. And just starting that habit forming of self-care, and self-respect. And this is a form of self-care and self-respect that you can form for your mental and emotional health. And what's great is that it also helps you with, like, they say about hypnotizing. They say that when people are having trouble dieting, I was at one time almost 300 pounds, and they say that some people need to go to like hypnosis because you get so attached to the image you are that when you try to change yourself, it's like when you make a resolution to change, you go to change, and part of you is attached to who you had been. So, and it's like literally your psychology, and it's going in a meditation before going into a fitness routine could even give you the wider potential, the better potential of getting out of your workout what you would need to better yourself in your workout journey, that will and be in harmony where you can actually change and actually do it and be it. Because sometimes when we try to force our will to do something, we can't do it. But if we go inside and ask permission with ourselves and have consultation with ourselves, because sometimes the outside world, no matter how many times we ask the questions, no matter how many times we get the answers from the outside world, the best person that we hear it from is ourselves. So I'm going to do this simple meditation using this guided meditation it's basically going to be as a demonstration. So I'm going to be talking as much as I can throughout the meditation. And something I've been working on, and this is the meditation I've been working on, is connecting with my higher self. And that's because I have a lot of new beginnings that because of things that have crumbled, and I see that they were lessons that I had to learn, or that I was meant to learn, and I see how I'm meant to move forward in a different way, and I see how that could how I don't know everything, but the all sees in a way that I can't see, and that's my subconscious. So in order to conversate with that, and it's not just prayer, and actually having a daily habit helps the mind, your subconscious, talk to the conscious and give you information that you can go outside of yourself all day long, and sometimes even given the right answer, you're not hearing. So this way, even in this way, you can work on it, and then hearing the right answer, your mind will perceive it because you will be in vibration of it, because you will have spoken to yourself in a way to get you in the right vibration. So without further ado, I'm gonna press the button. I've started the meditation. This is Aaron Doty. I'm sorry if I say it wrong, but he has a name that's similar to a best friend of mine, and I've been following him for years, and I've been hearing him say his name for so very long. But this meditation is called, "This meditation will raise your dominant vibration permanently." Okay, this isn't the one I had been doing, but let me just push pause. This is the one I had done was to speak to my higher self, and I had already done that one today. So actually I am going to do this one. And I've done this one before, and it is you can read raise your dominant vibration, and doing any one of these meditations, it's truly about, and he will tell you, anyone will tell you, is doing it for 30 days. And sticking to the same meditation is so important if you're going to do guided, I feel. Or do it as many days in a row as you can. And if you're not going to do guided, do sound frequency and study sound frequency and study how, or I'm going to do videos where I'm going to release information that I have accumulated about how frequency affects the brain and how it helps the brain speak to itself. And in the body, speak to the brain, and the heart, speak to the brain, and the gut, speak to the brain, because there's so many brains. The skin is a brain. The nervous system. It's all this systems, right? And they all speak to each other. And becoming in this equilibrium and harmony with how that subconscious can come into consciousness as best it can to help bring you to greatness, to any greatness that you would ever want to be. Maybe maybe you have inner ambitions that you would like to dig out of yourself, but the possibilities have to take you out of you sometimes. And that's why I love frequency, sound, vibration. And I'm gonna push start. And this is just gonna be just to do the demonstration. And then this isn't gonna be a habit forming video. This is just a demonstration of how you can use guided meditation on a treadmill walking, and close your eyes, and your mind will you can actually become in this rest place where you're in alignment, you're actually listening, and you actually can be in this rest place on the inside. Now I'm going to fall into my meditation. And I'm setting my space, my place, and I have a dog in my house. So I have the treadmill set to like 1.5, and I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to go sort of mindless and let the room fall away. I did not finish the meditation. However, this is a demonstration video, and I did do a lot of discussing at the beginning of this video, and I do think I will finish my video after I finish this video. And I don't mean to cut my meditation off. I was enjoying it. I just know at any given time I have family that is due to come back at any moment, and I had already done my meditation today. This was meant to be a start video of many others that are to come, where I will be starting right away in the videos doing guided meditations and sticking to one and doing them every day. So when I do mine, I'm gonna record it and then upload it onto my channel and do them 30 days. So every meditation that I'm doing, that I'm working on in the present moment that I am doing, I'm going to start doing them recorded and upload them and do them for 30 days. And then do videos about, you know, the in-between and everything else. But just, and sticking more with the way that I'm doing with the walking meditation. But you can utilize at rest. You know, meditation at rest is really great too, especially when you're exhausted and you need to do something and you need your mind and you need to do it at rest. Meditation at rest is just as awesome, and you can habit form around that just as easily. This is something unique that I've learned that's helped me because I've noticed the way that my mind works, and I know that there's other people that have a mind similar to mine, where this could help them expand on their meditation. And it doesn't matter who you are in the world, or how advanced or how unadvanced you are, sticking to one meditation and sticking to either walking or at rest or doing, you know, just sticking to it and just creating a habit. And that's what I'll be doing moving forward on this channel, is creating videos, forming habits. And I appreciate anyone who's listened to this ramble this long. And it is very important to me for people to, and for myself included, to form meditative habits, because the more conscious we are, the better we meet up with each other, which can create great change for the better, instead of great change that leads us into destruction. And I think the more of us who work on ourselves and find ways and tools to do that, no matter how awkward, you know, we can only be working towards a greater good versus, you know, wherever the pendulum may land. Maybe if we're progressively working for the greater good in ourselves, you know, accumulatively, those baby steps will add up between all of us. And I do apologize again for interrupting it, but it is a very long meditation. My dogs are giving me a view that this video is now over, and I appreciate everyone's time. Have a beautiful night.